Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hot Ball Podcast. I'm your host, Adam Steele, and joining me is open mouth man, Mr. Liam Wright.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. I am grand.
Cool. Happy
Tired,
Turkey
but
Day.
grand. Happy Turkey Day.
Yes, and I know some people get annoyed by that, but it is the celebration of when the United States of Americans celebrated their independence from the turkeys. Or something like that. I genuinely only know the skeleton of the idea, but it's Thanksgiving. And so happy Thanksgiving to all our American viewers. I am being silly, of course. It's a celebrated holiday of something to do with
Turkeys.
yes. I hope you're all doing well. And how is Liam? Yes, you said busy.
Busy, tired, sleepy. All of the above, but good.
All of the seven dwarfs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, I am all of the seven dwarfs. That's a good answer.
In a trench coat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I also am good. So you guys didn't see us last week because I was doing a super secret project, which I'm now allowed to say a couple of things about. I was with John Brown and Jack Gardner, who is from Liverpool, but he actually lives in Switzerland. But he's an intensely good guitar player. And so, yeah, I'm still not allowed to give loads of details, but I can say that much. So, yeah, I've been pulling 12-hour days with those guys. And that is now finished, so I'm back, which is why the channel's been a little quiet, but back to full work as of yesterday. We dropped a video on the IKX gear, which is somewhere around here. Oh, it's up off camera. But yeah, we've got more videos coming. I made a video which is coming out soon about balanced headphone amps, which I edited today. And we've got another one coming out about the Arturia Mini Fuse, which is going to drop next week.
Ooh.
And of course, the big thing is Black Friday.
Indeed.
And the one thing that I'm a little annoyed that I couldn't talk about over the last week is that we had a brand new pack that dropped from Two Notes, the Best of British collection, which the deal has now ended on that, which is really annoying because it started exactly this time last week. But timing and scheduling being what it is, as of now, their Black Friday sale is upon us at Two Notes. And that's one of the things that we're going to talk about today, because the first half of the news is going to be just some of our favourite Black Friday deals from some of our friends and people that we like. Then there's going to be articles that are actual the news. And then we're going to talk about whatever anyone else wants to talk about in the chat. So, yes. Oh, that needs to go at the end. Lovely. I'm going to start talking about the news. The news. There we go. So, first things first on the Black Friday deals. This is the Promix Academy website. They are, unsurprisingly, having a Black Friday 2021 sale. You don't need any codes or anything. The things are already discounted, which is nice. There's the Everything Bundle, which is truly ridiculous. This year it is $700, where it was $500 last year. But it contains 3 days and some hours worth of courses, which is now getting silly. In a good way. If you want to learn everything about everything, that's a way to do it. It includes my courses, of course, but then there's Cameron Webb mixing Motorhead, there's mixing punk rock, metal, hip hop, all sorts of incredible stuff. There are Grammy winners in here teaching. There are people who've worked on some massive albums. But yes, the one that I want to talk about, of course, is a new thing called the Reaper Mega Bundle.
The Reaper Mega Bundle.
Reaper Mega Bundle. That didn't exist up until yesterday, so I'm just going to drop this in chat, hoppole.co/mega. That is now a thing where you can get the Reaper course and the Audio Essentials course that we made, where we talk about understanding EQ and how it works, and compressors and reverbs and delays and what they do and why they do and all that kind of thing. All bundled together, $99, all in. Thank you very much. Bang. So it's essentially buy one, get one free. You buy the Reaper course if you were already looking at it, and you get all the Audio Essential stuff that teaches you not just how to use the software, but why you should pick certain things. That's now available, hoppole.co/mega, which will take you to this Promix Academy site, to the page with my ugly face on it.
That is a mega bundle.
It is a mega bundle. And of course, if you want to join that in with things like the Ultimate Rock Mixing Bundle, which is the kind of the smaller bundle, that's in there as well, I believe. That's $200 and something. But yeah, there's loads of choices on there if you want something, including my face. Speaking of my face, the next one is from Lancaster Audio, the Adam Steele IR pack. If you like using impulse responses to get really good virtual guitar tones, I have a pack on Lancaster Audio, which is all Zilla cabs. Everybody knows I love Zilla stuff. And that is now available for $20. Not 22, 20 actual dollars. And it's got all the 112s, 212s, 412s, and even a 15-inch 1x15 guitar cabinet in there. So yeah, if you want some IRs to make your guitar sound awesome, that is there on Lancaster Audio. So go and get that. That's also awesome.
That's like a super good deal, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, I'm selling it, so I'm obviously not biased.
But I mean, how many IRs are in that?
I think it's 7 full cabinets in that pack.
7 cabs for 20 quid?
$20, even less.
15 quid. 15 quid. That's like about £2 per cab. Yeah. I challenge you to go down to a flea market and find a decent cabinet for 2 quid. It's not going to happen. No. Is it?
Absolutely not. So there you go.
Not. So.
There's also that. That's Lancaster Audio, and just search under impulse responses for my face, and there you go.
For 2 quid.
And also buy the thing.
Times 7.
Yes, talking about my face and buying the thing, this is the 2 Notes page, which has Black Friday. The only way to get the Black Friday deals right now is to register or log in, which if you've got anything like a Cab-M, Capture X, something like that, you'll already have an account. Just get in there. They've got loads of deals on, but one that is there is the one that I was talking about with my face again, the Best of British, which has the little Deaky Speaky, which is something that I had made by Zilla, which is like the Brian May Secret Weapon cab that he's got that gives you that kind of Bohemian Rhapsody sound. Mm-hmm. And there's also the Big Green Beast. There's finally a Zilla bass cab in there called the Mini Fridge, because the big amp is usually called the Fridge. The Ampeg SVT, they always call them the Fridge because it looks like a big fridge. So mm-hmm. I got them to make me basically that cab, but only with 2 speakers, so I call it the Mini Fridge. Mm-hmm. There's the Fable, which is the cab that's by Albion, which is the secret weapon of mine, which is kind of bright but not overly nasty. So it's got that big metal sound, but without you going, oh no, I hate this. There's a super rare Marshall cabinet in there, a Jimi Hendrix one that is actually purple and sounds purple. So yeah, that's all in there, and that's a little more expensive than the Lancaster stuff, but if you're a 2 Notes guy, that might be what you need. Mm-hmm. Now, moving on to my friends at Spectre Digital, they have some courses and plugins with lots and lots of bundles and stuff. And so all their courses have got massive discounts. There's bundles. The Guitar Tone Mastery is now $97. There's Henning's drum programming. There's the bundles. The drum programming bundle has 30-something% off. The Chernobyl mixing bundle is $97 for everything. So yeah, those are things you can get, and I'm not even going to use my affiliate link for that because they are my friends. I'm just going to drop that one in chat. SpectreDigital.com courses. So there you go. Now, moving on to ones that I don't even know these guys, I just like their stuff. This is SoundToys. The SoundToys bundle is something that I love. I don't use every plugin in this, but I love the Echo Boy plugin. I love the Devil Lock plugin, which is a ridiculously smashy compressor.
Did they make the little altar boy?
They did. That's in there. Good shout. Well remembered.
I installed this the other day, the trial version.
Oh, yeah.
Because I needed it for a voiceover because I wanted to make myself not sound like me. So I got the pitch shifter just to pitch me down a little bit.
Cool.
How much is it?
I think that on its own is usually something like $20. The little range.
Bundle?
Right, so the bundle regularly, the SoundToys bundle, which is there all year round, is $500. And right now it's $229. So it's less than half price. It's still quite a bit, but honestly, Decapitator, Devil Lock, and Echo Boy are worth the price of admission alone. Oh, and Microshift. I genuinely use half of this bundle on everything. Microshift is the big stereoizer that doesn't sound like a chorus, it just makes things sound big. Devil Lock is what I put on drums to make them sound like they're about 1 million times bigger. Decapitator is what I use on every vocal to make them sound slightly distorted, to make them poke through a mix. Echo Boy are some of the nicest delays I've ever used. And Trade Secret, the guys at SoundToys, used to be some of the designers at Eventide. Yeah, that's why they know what they're doing. So yeah, if that's something you want, go check that out, soundtoys.com. Now, moving on, my friends at Jupiter Effects, who Chris Jupiter, you'll have seen on the channel, we work with his band Wallow, has been making some very funny Facebook adverts this week for Black Friday. He's very angry, going, 20%, 20%, as it says on the page here. 20% off for the next couple of weeks. So if you've been looking at their Fernweh delay or the kaleidoscope or the Jive saturator, it's all 20% off, which is brilliant because that really helps make things more affordable. And you may also have seen Jupiter Effects on the JHS channel recently, because JHS, one of the biggest guitar pedal channels on YouTube right now, did an entire feature piece about Jupiter Effects, and they still have only just caught up with making pedal orders after that because it went so busy. So yeah, congratulations there, guys at Jupiter, well done. And they're really, really nice people as well, and that goes a long way for me. But yeah, if you've been wanting their pedals, behind me I have the Jive, the Fernweh, the Death Saw, the Kaleidoscope, the Add Violence. So what's that, 5? There should be a 6th one as well somewhere. I've got a lot of Jupiter stuff because I paid for it all, because it's good stuff. And yeah, go get it, because I mean, I'm quite discerning about tone, and I'm paying good money for all that stuff, and it's worth it. So there you go. Another one that I use a lot is Plugin Alliance. I use their mixing bundle, which is $15 a month. But if you like to buy your plugins outright, they've got codes to get pretty much all of their plugins right now for $30. And some of those go for $200 or more. So if that's the kind of thing that you want, go get it right now. Because, yeah, there's some really tasty stuff like the SSL sounding stuff, AMEC EQs. What else do I use? I use their new limiter, the True Peak Edition. There's a Mag EQ, which is one that my friend Henning swears by, the actual hardware one. And this is all, yeah, there's loads and loads and loads and loads of plugins that you can go out on there. And those are also the guys who had the big Office flood earlier this year, but they seem to be they seem to be getting back on track now. The Shadow Hills mastering compressor, that is on every mix that I do, because it just makes the mix just sound that much nicer. Where's the other one that I use? There we go, the HG2. I use the HG2 or the new mid-side version on everything because it just sounds thick and fat. And it's so good. But yeah, I don't use their Mega Bundle because the Mega Bundle comes with all the extra guitar amps and that kind of thing, which I have so many and so much that it's extra to me, but the actual mixing bundle is just incredible. But if you only use the code to buy something like the Shadow Hills Mastering Compressor or the HG2, it's still worth it. Absolutely worth it. Now that is pretty much the end of the Black Friday sales section.
That's some pretty big sales, though.
It really is. A lot of these in years gone by, I have bought a lot of the products from these guys at sale time at Black Friday. The only reason I'm not buying anything this year is because I already did it last year or the year before or the year before. So, yeah, over the years, these guys have my money. For sure. But yes, if anything new comes up, that I'll keep an eye out. I'll try and put things in the description for the next couple of days in the comment section if anything does pop up. And I'll probably buy it myself too. Now, let's move on to the news, because there's not much actual news because most companies aren't making new products because they're buckling down for Black Friday. But Rode have decided to make the Lavalier 2, a new clip-on mic for broadcasting and content creators. I have no idea what makes this better than their other ones, because I also have some of their, like the Smart Lav and the Wireless Go Lav, I think it's called.
Yeah.
But this one, like, it's got a little kind of ring here, which I know is really useful on a lot of recorders because it locks the connection in. So if you fidget with it in your pocket, it won't just pull out in the middle of a session, which is...
That never happens.
Never. Yes. Really irritating. It looks like it's got a better signal to noise ratio than a lot of lavs. It's probably got a nicer sound than the cheaper ones as well, because the cheaper ones, I have to do quite a lot of EQing to make them sound usable. That's the downside of affordable stuff. I mean, hey, if you get a DPA Lavalier microphone, they do ones that sound like a Neumann U87, but those things cost as much as a U87. We're talking $2 or $3 grand for one of those. This is still in the price range of, and I saw the price, where was it? $99. 99 US dollars for one of these, which is quite reasonable. And it comes with all the extra stuff, including a mini furry and a zip case. So it does come with nice accessories, which is good, and a proper mic clip, which the cheaper ones don't necessarily come with nice accessories, but that's how they cut things to make the price work, you know. Yeah, Ben says, wish there was some decent Black Friday sales with PC components. Yeah, but unfortunately the PC component market is basically out of stock right now, so they have no incentive to do sales.
Yeah, they don't need to.
Yeah, the Black Friday sale on like Nvidia GeForce cards is 100% price. That's a sale.
Available today, Black Friday only.
Yeah. Hell, if there was one available, I'd just jump out and buy it right now. But yeah, moving on, talking of JHS earlier, they've released 3 more pedals in their 3 series, which is the $99 pedal range, which from these guys, $99 a pedal is really impressive. So they've got a Hall reverb, which is, you know, like... They've got a flanger and a phaser. So they've got a wibble wibble and a wobble wobble. And yeah, the 3 series, a lot of people have been really impressed with those. And it looks like they've kept them with the same form factor, which is 3 knobs and a switch. And that's your lot. So, yeah. But that's good for a lot of people, because rather than giving you 20 controls and expecting you to know exactly how to dial things in, some people just want it to, you know, just sound good. Which I can completely appreciate. I'm usually a bit of a tweaker, but when I'm on stage, I actually want less. It's funny because you don't want the chance of knocking something. You don't want the chance of having to stop mid-show to bend down and twiddle with things. So yeah, this the reverb's got how much reverb, the dampening amount, which will be the difference between and then there's decay, which is how long it goes on for, and a knob that says a switch. Sorry, it says modulate. So that'll be wibbly wobbly or not wibbly wobbly on a switch. So the flanger has blend, which I like. A lot of flangers don't have that as a proper dedicated thing. How fast it is and how intense it is. And tape, which, so it can go from... so it's inspired by the Electric Mistress style flangers. But it's got a tape style sound, which will be a bit more of that kind of thing. And then the phaser has blend rate and width, and a switch that says feedback, which will be more of the wibble wobble sound. But yeah, $99 or €120 if you get them from Thomann, because they're American and we have to get them shipped in, and that costs money. But there you go, still relatively affordable. Competitors to the Boss stuff, I think. So yeah, if you want one of them, go get one of them. Cool.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, this one made me smile. Softtube made the Marshall Murder 1, which is a emulation in software of Lemmy from Motorhead's bass amp, which is a monster of an amp. It's actually a super bass 100 watt, which is technically a guitar amp, but that never stopped Lemmy. And he used it with a stack of speakers that was about the size of a small country. And so, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. So, Lemmy used a Marshall MF280, which is the Mode 4 cabinet later in life. I've got one of them. I've got that exact cabinet in the studio. If anyone's seen the picture on the Instagram, me standing next to a full stack of Marshalls that's in my live room that's taller than me, that's one of them. And the one that I've always wanted, but you cannot find for any amount of money, is that he also had a 4x15 cab that went underneath. That is huge. I mean, genuinely massive. I'd love to have one. I think I saw one go on sale once for £4,000.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of soft tube stuff, honestly. Soft tube are rumoured to have been behind the code for the Marshall Code amps, which, if I'm being brutally honest, were awful. They were a sack of crap, and I wouldn't even donate one to a child because they made everything sound like a mushy mess. Hopefully this is not that, because it's not having to translate into the hardware world. But we'll see. And then below is Celestion's new Speaker Shaper plugin. Now, I'm not entirely sure how this works. I think it's a plugin that's got their speakers in it, so it's a loader for their sounds. It looks like it's fairly well designed with different faders for different microphones on different speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it can get a little too complicated, maybe, but it's got a switch between new sounding and worn-in sound, 16 and 8 ohm switch, which will change whether a cab is brighter or darker.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually change the amount of speaker distortion. I'm going to have to get hold of these guys and try this. I was only talking to the guys at Celestion last week, so I will have a word and give that a go, because it looks quite cool, actually. Because, yeah, you can change the speaker material and all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to really mess around with that. Looks like you can put them in different cabs, like a 6x12, which I just got a 6x12. So I'll be able to put them up against each other and see how accurate that is. Because, yes, everybody, I have a 6x12 guitar cab and it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. I did a live video a couple of weeks ago where I was soldering all the cables together, and I fit most of them in the cabinet now. Turns out a couple of them were just a little too short, but that's an easy fix. So, yeah. There you go. That's now available, I believe. But I'm going to reach out to Celestion and see if I can get a copy of that to demo it. Did I see... Oh, yeah. So, Softtube are the designers of the speaker shaper for Celestion as well, I think is what this news article is telling me. Kind of white label. So yeah, Softtube Celestion speaker shaper. That's quite a hard mouthful to say. Especially when you try and say it quickly. But yeah, Softtube Celestion speaker shaper. Sells seashells on the seashore.
I didn't know Celestion did software.
They started doing the Celestion Plus range a few years ago, which was all the impulse responses of their speakers. Mm-hmm. Then they did a plugin which I think was those, but kind of you could just choose which one, and it had kind of a dynamic element to it, but it wasn't really fully featured. It was good, but it was quite basic. And now there's this, which it seems that Celestion have commissioned Softtube to do this. I don't know how long this has been in the works for, because this has just kind of dropped, but it looks really quite fully featured, and so I'm really interested to play with this. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes, because it looks, very fully featured. Whether each feature is as it claims to be or not, I do not know. We'll have to wait to see, but could be interesting. So yeah, moving on. Everybody's favourite plugin makers, Waves, have released the SSL EV2 channel. So everybody, there we go. My microphone cable came out.
Oh, that was me.
No, it was I moved the mic and the cable went boop. So yes, back to where we were. Waves have finally subtly admitted that their old SSL console plugins actually aren't that good by making a version 2 and just kind of subtly shoving the old one under the rug. not that the old one was bad in its day. It really wasn't. When it came out, compared to anything else you could get, it was truly amazing. But that's just compared to its contemporaries of the time. Now you've got the Brainworks SSL, you've got actual SSL making their own plugin, you've got everyone under the sun making SSL sounding stuff. And so Waves have stepped it up, and according to a couple of independent reviews that I've seen, it's largely the same as the previous one, just with a bit more harmonic excitation in the preamp stage, which is a little disappointing, but there you go. And it still has an analog knob to add noise in, which is intensely irritating, because that's the one thing I always hated about Waves plugins. Hey, have some hiss, because it's analog. No. But yeah, apparently there's precision analog component modeling tech, which in a busy mix might be quite nice. I don't know. I don't want to go too crazy on it because I might try it and I might actually like it. But yeah, we'll see. It looks like it's been redesigned to work well with higher resolutions and all that kind of thing. If you already had the original SSL channel strips from Waves and your update plan was current, which is something that still is a gripe for me, but then they just give you this plugin, so that's fair. So yeah, no extra cost, and also they released it, I think $229, and now it's on sale for $39 because Black Friday sale. So yeah, you get free plugins everywhere. There's codes everywhere. There's everything cheap. Use code shop now. Let's see what we get, because I do own a few Waves plugins. I've got the Horizon bundle. J37 tape is something I really swear by because that's quite nice. Let's have a look. Yeah, Ben says he likes the Softube Console 1 SSL. That's the thing. Softube, in my experience, have really screwed up some of their plugin designs in the past, but some of them have been really, really, really good. I don't know why that would be, or whether it's just a perception thing on my part. I don't know. But yeah, there we go. So the old SSL 4000 collection is $98.99, which seems a little much considering you can get the Master Bus compressor for $30 and the EV2 for $40, and those are the two you need, and the rest is fluff. The CLA Epic plugin is now $30. Everything is cheap. They were trying to offer me, there we go at the bottom, Mercury for $1,700. I have a personal update of Mercury for about, I think they offered it me for $700 at one point, and I still said, nah, you're alright, I don't need it. It's still too much money. But there you go. So yeah, that's the last Black Friday thing. Now, oh no, it's not. The next last one is that Thomann have a deal thing going on, and everything is cheap, and there's stuff, and it's cheap. And
there's more.
But wait, there's more. Go on Thomann, things are cheap. So there you go. If you want to use any of the links in our descriptions that take you to any products, they'll go to Thomann if they're the European ones. And that will then help us out as an affiliate, and we'll get help from that. So if there's anything you buy from Thomann on the Black Friday sale, click one of our links, if you would be so kind. Because that does us a solid, and you still get the thing. Well, hey. Now, this is the last interesting plugin for this week's News, which is that Liquid Sonic's Lustrous Plates, which is one of my favourite reverb plugins, now has a surround sound version, which is fully Dolby Atmos compatible. This is going to be a big ooh for sound designers. People making things like the new Dune soundtrack, for example. Stuff like that. If you want to make big echo plate, kind of big ringing reverbs, you can now do it in full kind of 3D. And I think that's wicked. Lustrous Plates comes with the Slate Mega Bundle, the Everything All Access Bundle, I think it's called now, the All Access Bundle. So I use the stereo one on vocals all the time because it's quite nice. But the fact that this is full, it's got front, center, side, rear, and elevation, that's really cool. So it's full 7.1 plus 7.1.2, I think that is. Ooh, Marty says Blue Cat's Echo Fiend is also off money off. So I'm just gonna grab Blue Cat. Come on, spell properly. Blue Cat Audio. There we go. Here it bit. A lot of their stuff is on sale right now. Let's just have a look at. Is it in distortion? Because the Axiom right now has got 20% off. That's also 15% off. Aku Fiend is one of our favourites, mine and Marty in chat, because it can make guitars feedback without actually needing feedback. So that's under guitar. Yeah, Aku Fiend. There you go. And it goes. It's a frequency of your choosing. And does it entirely in software. It's genius. I did a video last year with Jen Majora from Evanescence where we played with this live, and it was so much fun. So yeah, that's the kind of thing that can do something that Blue Cat do that I don't think anybody else really does properly. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, Liquid Sonics, get that. It's $250, I think, or it's on sale for $179. But if you want to work with Dolby Atmos reverb, that's what you want to be doing. Also works in 7.1 and 5.1, so hey. But yeah, it uses IRs and clever synthesis and does all sorts of big stuff, so you can make massive sounds without just having to work in stereo and then upmix it. So there you go. And it's time for Behringer Corner. Behringer Corner. Behringer have a new product called the Ultra Voice UV1. And it looks like they've taken a channel strip and just kind of copied it, which is fine, because this might be exactly what you need. If I was doing live streaming from the start again, this is the kind of thing that I would probably want, because I like doing stuff in hardware. So this has got a mic preamp in it, which has it's got an enhancer, it's got a compressor, it's got a de-esser, it's got low frequency and high frequency enhancers, and expander gate so you can cut out the background noise, and send all that straight out of a line out to something like an audio interface. Or it's even got USB in it. Yeah, it's got USB, which is crazy. So for a streamer, this could make you have the ultimate like streaming voice sound without having to do any of it in software. I don't mind doing that kind of stuff in software, but it is a real faff if you don't want to do that. If you want to have it to hand where you can reach and change your settings as you hear it change, this could be really useful. And it's got like a mix in for the headphone out there, because it's got USB, of course, so you can have your voice in your headphones at a level you desire, and you can real-time change everything. That's pretty clever, actually. And how much is it? $179, which is quite a bit, but if it's a decent mic preamp and a compressor and de-esser and enhancer and all that kind of stuff, it could be quite reasonable. You just plug the USB straight in.
Is it going to be any good, though?
It'll probably sound pretty decent. Whether it lasts in terms of its physical durability, couldn't tell you. And it's not going to sound, in my opinion, like album quality. I don't think it's going to be at that level, but as a utility box, I can see it being quite useful. That's the thing. If you look at this and you see really useful utility, that I think will fill a lot of niches. You'll probably start to see these appear in a lot of random places that you wouldn't expect. But in terms of like top quality studio sound, probably not. Let's be fair. But that's a lot of feature set for something that really will fill a lot of specific niches.
Fair enough.
So there you go. He's nice. Probably.
Maybe.
I mean, there are other companies that have made plenty of channel strips that are affordable before, but I don't think I've seen any that have USB interface inbuilt as well. So yeah, that's where it starts to fill the niche. And it also has insert points as well, so you could put something else in there. God only knows what you put in there as an insert, because you've already got compression, de-essing, the enhanced thing, and then expander gate. What more do you need? Because, I mean, if you're going to mess with your voice, you're probably going to use something in software and do that on something like a Stream Deck, because that's always funny, modulating your voice. That reminds me, don't you have a Stream Deck?
I do.
Because you were saying about messing around with your voice. I was thinking, what voice mod? Why didn't you get voice mod?
I don't know. Didn't really think of it.
Voice mod is the software that can do like high voice, low voice, all that kind of stuff live on stream. I saw one of the streamers that I watch. He was doing like the really high, funny voice, and his mate who was in the room with him just wet himself laughing. And I did a little research, and it's actually in the Stream Deck general list of things you can do is voice mod. So I was like,
yeah, you need to install the voice mod software.
Yes, of course, but that's what prompted me to know that was a thing. So yeah, because I was wondering, how do you do that? And that's how you do that. But yeah, Danny says that the Behringer thing looks a lot like DBX 286's or 286S, but with USB. And that's completely fair, but it's the with USB that's the clever little thing there. I mean, yeah, I can do all that in software, but I know how to do all that in software. A lot of people probably want hands-on control. Yeah, very clever. But there you go.
There's a lot of emojis on our Discord. I didn't realize.
Is it?
Yeah. There's like several different versions of your face. There's one of Henning, one of me.
Yeah, there's loads of them. Our Discord is awesome.
Oh, there is something that was good this week. Now that the news is over. 1 second. I'll be right back.
That was the end of the news, and Liam's going to be right back. So, he's left his name on. If anyone's got any questions they would like to leave in the chat, now is a good time. Liam's left really weird phone noise in my ear. He seems to have left his phone right next to the microphone. But yes, it's Black Friday, and I will be probably buying all the things. Oh yeah, apparently right now on Toman it says it's a 22-week delivery, but I think what happens with a lot of that kind of stuff is they just set up a page and they just put a number on and then they actually sort it later. Ooh, Square Mile Roastery, yes.
What came to this week?
Isn't Square Mile James Hoffman's place?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, very nice.
Yes. So we have YouTube coffee in the studio.
Oh yeah.
So next time you're in, I'm making you a YouTube coffee.
Oh yes, please.
This one is weird. I bought this one because it's weird. It's called Sweet Shop, and it's weird. It's kind of sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the description of it says, "This isn't for everyone. You'll love it or you'll hate it," and it does taste like if I was in a coffee shop and I was naming the coffee, I'd call it like Tang Plastics or something.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's got like a Haribo sort of sour sort of feel to it.
How
really weird.
How are you meant to have it? Is it an espresso or is it a pour over?
Espresso roast. Yeah.
Oh right, okay. Huh.
So it's definitely not an everyday drink, but I've also got some of their normal espresso, so I'll make you like a proper one as well.
Cool. Yes, we'll absolutely have to do that. That'll be awesome.
So anyone that wants to come to the studio, you now are welcome to a very, very special coffee. Very
special indeed.
It's affordable though. Really.
Danny says merch for Hot Pole Studios coming soon, ? You have the mugs, my friend.
I do the downstairs though.
Yes, we now have the Hot Pole Studios mugs. They have arrived. We have them. So the next step is we need to work out distribution. But that will be something that we'll do soon. So yes, merch for Hot Pole Studios.
Some boxes. Some little mug boxes. Oh, they're in mug boxes.
They're in mug boxes.
Oh yeah, well, we just need stickers. We've got stickers. We're fine. Buy them now. Black Friday special, 2 for £100.
Yeah, find the button on the website that doesn't exist and you can have one. But yes, that's all we need to do is work out how we're going to do it. And yeah, Nick says she loves her hot pole mug because I gave her one at the wedding. My Amp Tech has a couple. Liam's got a couple. And soon you too can have a Hot Pole Studios mug. Mm-hmm. Marty says put it on the website. Yes, that's the next stage, mate. Yes. We've been slowly over been so busy that's now a thing that is going to happen. Mm-hmm. Technically you have a Hot Pole Studios mug, but you don't have one of our Hot Pole Studios mugs. You have a picture of me on the mug making very less than friendly faces. Holding up my fingers in a specific arrangement.
But we just need to essentially it's just the postage really. Like we just need to get a collection thing with like an account with FedEx or someone, and we can do it, work out the postage and put them on.
Yes, we will do that,
but there'll be free postage because we'll add that to the cost of the mug.
Be like one of those where it's like you get a free one of these as long as you pay postage and packaging, and the postage and packaging is exorbitant.
Yeah. It's free postage and packaging, except it's a different price in Europe than it is in the UK.
Yeah. Free postage and packaging within 5 miles of my house. Mm-hmm. I'll just turn up and throw it through the window.
If you want to come and pick one up, you're welcome to have it for free postage and packaging.
Oh, I kind of decided that at this point, anyone who comes in the studio as a client, if they want a mug, they can have a mug. Mm-hmm. But then they've already paid for a session, so that works,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
So there you go. Anyone that wants to book into the studio, Black Friday offer, get a free mug with every session.
Yeah. Yeah, if you book 2 days, you get 2 mugs. If you book a whole week, then tough, you get 3 mugs. Scott was asking, what's the worst plugin you've ever bought? Oh, that I've ever bought. Oh, that's a hard one. There must be plugins that I've bought that I don't even have installed now. Although it's quite likely a Waves plugin because I bought bundles off them, so that's a bit of an easy cop out. That I've probably got something from Waves that came with a bundle that I'm looking at it going, this is completely pointless. Oh yeah, the EQ plugins from Waves like Q2 and Q6 or whatever, where it's just an EQ, and yet they charge like $30 for it, and it's like, this is an EQ like everybody else has. What are you doing? So that's
special EQ.
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything special. Actual special EQs, I'll take, because one of the best ones I played with recently was Eventide Split EQ, which is really clever because you move the transients and the not transients on an EQ separately. Right. And it's so clever but so weird. Did you see the video I did on that?
I did not.
Right, well, it looks like a regular EQ, but, like, let's say you've got a snare drum going bang, bang, bang. Mm-hmm. You want to bring out a little bit of top-end snap, but if you just use a regular EQ, there's like a horrible bang, bang, bang kind of thing in there. Mm-hmm. With the split EQ, you grab the green bar in that area, which is just transient, so you just turn it up, and it only affects the of the hit and nothing else. Yeah, really weird, really clever. So suddenly it goes da, da, and doesn't have that wang, wang, wang thing.
That sounds really useful.
Yeah, really, really useful. Or you can do the other thing. You can only EQ the bit without the hit if you want. Same deal. And so, yeah, it's really, really clever. Chris says thoughts on FabFilter stuff. It's good. It's clean. I don't use it. I've long thought that FabFilter stuff is overpriced for what it is, but they seem to have a cult growing around them, and if people are prepared to pay the money, fine, it is good software. But I find, apart from the EQ, which is very powerful, most FabFilter stuff is far too polite for me, and it's all stuff that I have alternative things that do the same job. So I've never needed to pay the big money for the FabFilter stuff, and I'm perfectly happy with other brands. So yeah, not bad, just didn't buy them, didn't need them, So there you go. Alice, has any plans for humans recording in Studio A in the near future? Yes, this weekend. Announcement. Perfect segue. Thank you, Al. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, all day, the band Pressure 28, punk band, are going to be in the studio live all day. So I need to go and set up the cameras at some point and make sure that's all good, so that we can see into the live room and into the vocal booth. So I've got
people going to be able to hear and stuff as well.
Yeah. So that's the thing. They'll be able to hear everything that goes through my microphone that's near the desk, and everything that goes through Reaper. And what I'm gonna do is everything in the live room, I'm gonna have a microphone that's on all the time, apart from when we're recording. And so for the vocal booth, that's obvious. They'll be able to hear that. So yeah, everything will be audible. I've done some test streams before and it worked, but since then I've taken a few wires and cables out, so I need to put it all back and get it all working.
I was going to say, I used the studio the other day and it didn't even have talkback in there. I was running backwards and forwards all session.
Yeah. So I'm going to be running around like a madman Friday or tomorrow. No, I'm busy with John Brown tomorrow. So first thing Saturday morning, I'm going to be running around going exactly like that.
If you need a hand, give me a shout.
Cheers. But yeah, I already have a plan in my mind of what needs doing, and it's not actually that much. It just needs doing. But it'll be fine. Nick says, worst guitar I ever played. Worst guitar I ever played was one that I bought in 2008 off eBay, and it weighed nothing, and within 2 weeks it had a neck like a banana. And it was really weird. It had kind of like a maple finish neck, and you could try and play an A chord, and it sounded like a B flat and an A all at once. It was disgusting.
Oh, having a bent neck isn't necessarily mean it was bad. Do you remember the best acoustic guitar we ever had?
The Yamaha, the Setfire one?
The one that we set on fire?
Yes. Yeah, that still sounds great, that one. I need to put more strings on it. I got new bridge pins from Diodario for that one. So I'll be...
do we still have that one before?
Yeah, of course we do. It's got no strings on right now, but one of the bridge pins popped off and disappeared, but I got a new set from Diodario, so I will be restringing it soon.
Don't bring guitars to Sonosphere.
Yes, and then drink a whole bag of wine. Yes.
Space wine.
Yeah. It was in one of those like foil bags, so by the time we were drunk, it was something you have on the International Space Station, so it was space wine. I still have the scars from that day. I'm not exaggerating. If you look in the right light, there you go. I have burn marks on that arm. There they are. Where Liam had a lighter and a tent peg and said, "Can I burn you?" And I went, "Yeah, all right."
Yeah, and like he just didn't move. I got freaked out before he did. He just stood there and watched his arm burn. I was like, dude.
I have a very high pain threshold.
Yeah, we discovered that.
Yeah, where a lot of people say, "Oh, I have a very high pain threshold," and then you hurt them and they're like, "Ow, I don't like it." And I'm just like, "Yeah, that's boiling flesh." All right.
That was a great weekend. That was fun.
It was brilliant. But yeah, I've always been not impervious to pain. It still hurts, but just don't react. Do you remember when I was at college and I came off my bike, got knocked off?
Vaguely.
Yeah, I got knocked off my bike on the way down the hill from where our school was. And bleeding everywhere, I walked the bike the 1.5 miles home, cleaned myself up, and came back. Yeah. Sometimes I can be a little bit mad. But there you go. Set up by Marshall says, help me understand LUFS reading on the Reaper Master Bus and in the render window. I don't know how to explain it other than it is. LUFS is kind of like RMS, but there's something different about it. I don't really know what the difference is, honestly. It's a number that people use as a target and just go with what the recommendations are. Certain numbers for certain platforms overall are too loud. It's an averaging. It's an average sound level over time, and rather than like beep, 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 this is the volume now. It's over the period of a whole half a minute or a minute or a whole song, and it's just a general guideline to tell you whether you're distorting the heck out of your sounds or not. A lot of voice recordings for voiceover might use a number like -20 as a good target. Masters might use -14 or louder -10 or something like that. Of course, 0 dB is theoretically pure distortion, just pure noise the whole time. Although it is weighted towards frequencies that we're more sensitive to, which is part of why LUFS is more useful than the old RMS value. Yes, thank you, Benj, just said exactly that. There's a guy who does a lot of videos for FabFilter, I can't remember his name now, but he made a track to prove people wrong about loudness and that it's possible. He made a track that was +2 dB LUFS for the whole song. It was ridiculously distorted and disgusting, but it actually kind of sounded good because it was like that kind of overly distorted Skrillex on 11 type thing. But yeah, he was proving like, yes, it can be done. I've now made the loudest song. Please stop. And this is a good example of how things sound when you distort it too much. If you want to sound like this, keep doing it, but you probably don't. But yeah, there you go. Generally, if your mix is quite balanced, the differences between your RMS and LUFS values are minimal. It's only if your mix is massively off balance or if it's a source sound that isn't quite even across the whole spectrum that the numbers really start to differ, which is why I'm not that bothered about it. If I'm doing quite an even mix, I can look at an RMS meter and know that I'm a couple of dBs at most away from the LUFS, but that's experience telling me that. So there you go. If I did make like really bass heavy material, I'm sure the numbers would be different as well, but because I make a lot of rock and metal stuff where it is quite a kind of a flat frequency response across the spectrum, yeah, that's not so much of a problem for me. But there we go. That was a lot of questions, and thank you everybody for those amazing questions. I think that is time to say Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, thank you, farewell, everybody.
Make sure you take advantage of all those awesome Black Friday deals.
Absolutely.
They'll only be here for a few days, and then they'll be back again next year.
Yes, and also, yeah, also make sure you buy the ones that have got me in them. Or not if that's what you don't need, honestly. But thank you, everybody, for all your support, and thank you for tuning in. And we will be back to normal now, so we will see you this time next week. Thanks, everybody, and see you soon. Bye.
Oh, and watch this live stream over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, watch the live streams over the weekend. You won't be able to miss it because there should be about 16 hours of it. Bye. Hey, everyone. That might be the end of the video, but if you fancy carrying on this conversation, we have a Discord server. Link is in the description. We're also on Patreon, which is something you can really help us with. We also are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hot Hole Studios. See you there.